Welcome back to Neat Law, where the legal wisdom is unpacked neatly. Today, we're diving into one of the most important foundational concepts in law, tort. Whether you're a law student preparing for exams or someone curious about your legal rights, this video is for you. Let's begin with the basics. A tort is a civil wrong. That means it's not a crime, and it's not a breach of contract, but it still causes harm or loss to someone. The key idea is that when someone wrongfully harms you, physically, financially, or even your reputation, the law says you can seek compensation. Brain. The word, tort, comes from the Latin word, tortum, which literally means, twisted, or, wrong. So in simple terms, it's a legal twist in your rights, something gone wrong that the law needs to correct. So, when can you actually sue someone for a tort? There are 3 essentials that must be met. Let's go through them. Keycap 1. Wrongful act or omission. This means either someone did something they weren't supposed to do, or they failed to do what they legally should have. For example, not fixing a slippery floor in a public shop. Keycap 2. Legal damage, injury. Just any inconvenience isn't enough. The act must have caused real harm to your body, your property, or even your reputation. Keycap 3. Legal remedy, compensation. The law must provide a remedy, typically money, called damages, for you to be able to bring a tort claim in court. Let's quickly glance at the most common types of torts, because they help you understand where this can apply in real life. Type example: negligence, doctor gives the wrong medicine. Defamation, publishing false news or gossip. Trespass, entering someone's property uninvited. Nuisance, loud music disturbing neighbors. Battery, physically hitting someone. Each of these protects you from specific types of harm, bodily, emotional, reputational, or property-related. The first tort we'll explore is negligence. This is the most common tort, especially in accident and injury claims. The key element is a breach of a legal duty of care that causes harm. For example, a driver running a red light and hitting a pedestrian. The limitation is that the claimant must prove 3 things. The duty of care existed, that duty was breached, and real damage occurred as a result. Now, what are the exceptions or defenses? One is the doctrine of res ipsa loquitur, which means, the thing speaks for itself, where negligence is so obvious that it does not require detailed proof. Another is contributory negligence, where the plaintiff's own negligence contributed to the harm, possibly reducing their compensation. Next is trespass, which refers to a direct and unlawful interference with someone's person, goods, or land. Examples include entering someone's property without permission or seizing their belongings. The limitation is that only direct acts are actionable under trespass. There's no requirement to prove actual damage, the unlawful act itself is enough. Now let's look at the defenses. Consent is a strong one. If the plaintiff allowed the entry, it is not trespass. Necessity applies in emergencies, like breaking into a house to save someone. And legal authority means if a police officer enters under a warrant, it is lawful. The third tort is defamation, which protects your reputation from false statements. The key element is the publication of a false statement that harms someone's reputation. This can be spoken, slander, or written, libel. The limitation is that harm and publication must be proved. Merely insulting someone without a third party hearing it is not defamation. For defenses, truth is absolute. A true statement, no matter how harsh, is not defamatory. Fair comment protects opinions made in the public interest. Privilege, such as statements made in Parliament or court, are protected for public policy reasons. Now let's talk about nuisance, which is any unlawful interference with a person's use or enjoyment of land. The key element is that the interference must be unreasonable and substantial. Think of constant noise, smoke, or foul smells from a neighbor. The limitation is that trivial annoyances, like an occasional loud party, are not actionable. There must be a continuing and serious disturbance. The defenses include statutory authority, where the nuisance arises from legally permitted activities, and reasonable use, where the defendant took all care and acted reasonably. Fifth is assault, which involves creating an apprehension of imminent harm in someone's mind. The key element is the threat of physical harm that is immediate and possible, like raising a hand to hit someone without actually striking. The limitation is that the threat must be immediate and credible. Future threats or gestures without possibility of execution don't count. The defenses are self-defense, if the act was in response to a real threat, and lawful authority, like a security officer restraining a person under rules. And finally, battery. This tort deals with unlawful physical contact. The key element is intentional and direct physical contact without consent. It could be hitting, pushing, or even medically touching someone without permission. The limitation is that the contact must be intentional. Accidental touching generally doesn't qualify. The defenses include consent, for example, in sports or medical treatment. Social norms like tapping someone to get attention may also be acceptable depending on context. Tort law addresses civil wrongs where one party's actions cause harm to another. Common types of torts include negligence, which requires proving duty, breach, and damage, though defenses like res ipsa loquitur and contributory negligence may apply. Trespass involves direct, unlawful interference with a person or property, even without proof of damage, but can be justified by consent, necessity, or legal authority. Defamation involves false statements that damage a person's reputation, and defenses include truth, fair comment, and privilege. Nuisance deals with unreasonable interference with someone's use of land, though minor annoyances or lawful actions may not be actionable. Assault is the creation of fear of imminent harm, and battery is the actual unlawful contact. Both can be defended by self-defense, consent, or lawful authority. These key torts form the foundation of civil wrongs in law, helping individuals seek redress when their rights are violated. Understanding their elements, limitations, and exceptions is essential for every law student and legal enthusiast. Found this helpful? Follow Neat Law for more clear, concise, and exam-ready legal content.